everyone and welcome back. First, a general quick update about what I've been up to so far. Finals week is coming up. Last weekend I went to Anime Detour and it was awesome, but then I got sick, so I had to leave early, which sucked. Free food from my neighbors. I got these in the mail today. And I got a haircut. I don't like my haircut. Kinda sucks a lot. I asked for a pixie cut, she gave me a bob. That'll be remedied soon, I hope. So anyways, back to the main event. Welcome to part 3 of con etiquette. So you're probably wondering what happened with my hair and with my shirt. Well, I can tell you this. I fucked up on everything, including the use of the word ruminate. An over-excessive, incorrect use of the word ruminate. So let's try this again, shall we? Since this is part 3 and we're on rules 5 and 6, I think it might be a good idea to run through the first 4 rules before we finish. Rule 1, don't be a dick. Rule 2, prepare early. Rule 3, personal space. Rule number 4, be mindful of your attire. Which brings us to our next rule. There's absolutely nothing in this world that is worse than going in for a hug and somebody having con funk. What's con funk? Con funk is that awful smell you smell when you go in for a hug or you pass somebody in the dealer's room or anywhere where there's crowded people or just people in general and they haven't showered for days. And that smell just sits and sets and just grows and it smells so gross. You let that smell accumulate and set and just get all stinky and gross and what happens next day? You go out to the convention and all these people around you and what happens? You smell like a pile of poo. Even if you wear Axe, it doesn't matter. You're gonna smell like a peppery pile of poo. That's alliteration, kids. PPP, peppery pile of poo. Con funk. It's gross. Cons are filled with hot and sweaty people. Regardless of whether the building is air conditioned or not, when there's a lot of people, it tends to get hot. The fact that you have to walk everywhere and you're in costume kind of makes the whole situation worse. But nevertheless, rule number 5, personal hygiene. Get some. Going back to the whole personal space thing, con-goers as a rule are very touchy-feely people. We do love hugs, giving and receiving, and you know, that whole thing that I went on in the last video. But if you are sweaty and haven't showered in a while, you're probably going to develop con funk and no one will want to hug you, which is depressing because everybody likes hugs, right? And it's even worse if your breath stings. I can understand people having smelly breath. Smelly breath happens. If your breath stinks, you should probably do something to get rid of it. Like maybe brush your teeth. Like if you haven't brushed your teeth in like over a week, that's really gross. You should brush your teeth at least once daily. Don't you ever listen to your dentist? Jesus, what's wrong with you? Brush your teeth. Seriously. God. If your breath stinks, you should probably bring a breath mint, gum, your toothbrush, toothpaste, anything that'll help you, you know, breathe better, have non-smelly breath. And if you're a smelly person, no judgment. I mean, sometimes people do have smelly problems. People do just smell. And some people don't like that smell, but it's okay. But if you're developing con funk, I would say shower frequently. Understand that sweat is a thing. Everybody sweats. I sweat, you sweat, they sweat, everybody sweats, okay? I can understand that. It's perfectly natural and perfectly fine. If you think sweating is disgusting, okay, that's your thing, so take a shower. Now the thing that I have about sweat is that, yeah, it's natural. Yeah, it's kind of disgusting, but it also helps you, you know, cool your body down so you don't die. But there's also that little problem of people tend to not shower after they've sweat a lot, which is very disgusting. Soap at a convention is your best friend, aside from your best friend, who I hope would probably tell you to shower if you stink. Soap is your best friend. You should marry your soap. Don't marry your best friend. Marry your soap, because you need it. And it will love you in a way no woman can. No woman or man. Soap. The cleanliest. Okay, yeah, that was weird. No one likes a stinky hugger. It's fact. Say you're at the dance. I and everybody else call it the rave. But that's not exactly right because it's not actually a rave. We just like calling that because of the glow sticks. So we could go with the J-pop dance, but that's not right either. So the dancey dance with glow sticks. That'll work. Okay. Say you're at the dancey dance with glow sticks. There's a lot of people dancing around. It gets really hot. People get sweaty. And that's okay. But then you go to your room and you fall in your bed and you don't shower. So then you wake up in the morning, you know, get dressed in your costume or in just a t-shirt and jeans and you go off somewhere with more people and you're probably gonna get even hotter. No, 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 you stop that. You shower after that dance. I don't care who you are. I don't care what time it is when you get back. You shower. Fuck that. Scrub yourself clean. Scrub yourself so hard that there are red marks in the morning. That sounded really sexual, but it doesn't matter because you gotta wash yourself. Take a bath. Wash yourself. Take a bath. Try to use a little soap. Seriously, it's disgusting. Please, please shower. Please, for the love of Hojo. You may not think you stink, and that's okay. Fact of the matter is, other people think you stink. So you should probably use deodorant at a convention. Soap, shampoo, conditioner, deodorant, water, air, fire, earth. Long ago. Yeah, I'm not Katara. I'm not gonna do that shit to you. But seriously, soap, mints, toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, deodorant, and conditioner if you really feel like doing that. When you're packing for a convention, it's difficult to know what you need between your costumes, clothes, and anything else. So to help you whittle down what exactly you do need for a convention, here's rule number 6. Bring what you need and not what you want. To clarify, bring stuff that you would usually bring on a normal trip. Say you're traveling with a group of people and you don't really have a lot of room in your car. I would not bring 10 bags and expect people to be okay with it because they won't. If you have limited space in your vehicle and your room and you bring 10 bags of just shit, that's not cool, man. No one's gonna like you for it and no one likes a pack rat. So like I said, when you travel, you should always bring the essentials. Your toothbrush, your toothpaste, a hairbrush probably, deodorant, makeup if you need it, shampoo and conditioners, but only travel size if the hotel doesn't provide it. If you have a special kind of shampoo that you like to use, like I said, don't bring the huge bottle that'll take up the entire space in your shower. Just take a small travel size thing. You can buy those little bottles at any superstore near you or grocery market. And you'll also probably want to bring soap, like I said, your pajamas, a change of street clothes in case you don't want to wear your costume to a convention, your costume, your wigs, and maybe your wig heads if you need them, and a wig brush. Props if you have any, and of course, a camera and money. Why camera and money? I hate to break it to you small con goers, but not all conventions have a con suite. And for those of you who haven't been to a convention yet, a con suite is a little nook set away from the con that is usually reserved for eating. They have ramen, soda, plethora of junk foods for you to eat. It's not exactly a meal, but it'll keep you going for the time being. If you go to a big convention like ASEN, we were lucky last year to have one, but they ran out of food real quick, so there are no con suites. You gotta buy your own food. And there's also the dealer's room. You wanna buy cool stuff at the convention that you can't get anywhere else. I mean, like, you could probably get it online, but it'll be a lot more expensive. If you get it in person, it's way better. I promise you. And then there's also the artist alley. I mean, not everybody at the artist alley has their own website that you can buy shit from. I mean, yeah. I think it's a good idea that you bring your camera because, like, cameras help you remember what your brain can't really remember, if that makes any sense. Say there's this really cool thing that happens and you want to remember it forever and ever. Bring your camera. Take pictures of other cosplayers. Get an idea of what you want to do next year. Take pictures of your friends. Take pictures of the celebrities you'll meet. Another thing you should always bring, if you can't afford to pay for it yourself, bring food. I don't know, cereal, Pop-Tarts, whatever gets you going, man. Fruits, non-perishables, perishables, food that will last the weekend, and stuff that'll actually not kill you. Know that eating just ramen for a whole weekend doesn't count as a meal, and you'll probably get sick. Like I said, there's no guarantee that your convention will have a con suite or that your hotel will have a continental breakfast. Sometimes you'll walk around and you'll get so exhausted that you forget to eat, and that's not good because that'll just make you sicker, and then you'll go home. You really need to eat to keep up your strength. Pitch in for breakfast food items or just food in general. Don't bring it all because there's a chance there's probably a McDonald's or a Burger King or something like that along the way or around your area. In fact, most big conventions have restaurants around them and fast food areas. So there's another place where money comes in handy. Always bring a sewing kit if you have a costume. Always. because anything and everything that could go wrong with your costume will probably go wrong. You could lose a button, your zipper could get ripped out of your costume, you could tear a hole in your costume, something will rip, something will fall off, and you need something to fix it, especially if you're in the masquerade or doing hall cosplay. It's way better to be safe than sorry with your costumes. You could probably bring a handheld gaming device if you want, but if you're going to a convention with a gaming area, I wouldn't recommend it. They'll have stuff for you to do. Don't worry, bro. And finally, the last rule. I know I said there was only going to be 6, but now there's 7. Because 7's a lucky number and a good number. And you know what? This rule is extremely important to everyone. Everyone. Have a good time. People are generally stressed out when they go to conventions. You shouldn't be stressed out. Conventions are for you. A place where you can express your love of and interests and everything and anything. And you can meet people who share the same interests as you and love expressing their loves in the same way that you do. It really doesn't matter if you've had a shitty week, because that's what conventions are for. Making your shitty week the best weekend of your entire life. As I showed in my last video, it's so fun. I can't even tell you. I had to make a video to tell you how great conventions are. And everybody I interviewed, everybody I've ever met has agreed with me. Conventions are great. For those newcomers to the convention world, welcome. You're gonna have a hell of a time. For every con veteran like me, I'll see you out there. Good luck this convention season. I hope to see you all around soon. Adios.
I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500